Alrighty, now let's give you our official picks for this week, folks. We are going to do power rankings for the NBA and NFL tomorrow. I know we couldn't get to that during this week, and we have to do it before Sunday's action. It already is a little unfortunate that we couldn't do it before Thursday night's game, but we will have that tomorrow. No time in the show today. But here we go, our official Week 10 picks here. Last week, we had a little bit of a betting extravaganza, so let's tell you what we did last week. We went 4-6 officially. We had, once again, like we said, a betting extravaganza. We were loving all the value that we thought we were getting, good spreads, good lines, all of that, and unfortunately, it did not pan out as good as we thought. So our 10 picks, we had Cowboys -10. They lose by 14. Definitely wrong on that one. Ravens -6. They lose by only 3 in overtime. Yeah, maybe we can make a little bit of a stretch that our thinking was right there a little bit. We had Packers +7.5. They lose by 6. Bingo, bango. That's a point right there. Raiders -3. They lose by 7. Unfortunate, a lot of turnovers in the second half, and overall, the Raiders were better than the Giants. They just turned the ball over. So Raiders -3 was still, I think, the right play overall. Patriots -3.5. They win by 18. Bingo, bango. That was easy. Saints -6. They lose by 2. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan got it done. Definitely wrong about that one. Browns +2.5. They win by 25. That was easy. Eagles +2. They lose by 3. So once again, our thinking was right on par. We knew that was a potential of them losing by 3. But overall, our thinking of Eagles being good and being competitive, fantastic. We had Titans +7. They win by 12. Bingo, bango. Don't disrespect the Titans. And then we had the Texans +5.5. They lose by 8. The Dolphins only put up 17 points. Overall, Tyrod Taylor throws 3 interceptions. That should have covered. So officially, we went 4-6 in those 10. Unofficially, I'm kind of saying we went 6-4 unofficially. But we're back to our normal 6 picks here. No more betting extravaganzas. Maybe later in the season, but not with these values. No, thank you. So here we go. We do 6 picks every single week. We do 3 locks. You can bet whatever you want. These are locks. Did you not just hear what we did last week, folks? In those 10 picks. Fantastic. And then 99% guarantees. We were feeling very good about these picks, but there is one thing that maybe potentially possibly hinders the bet for some reason. So here we go. Let's start with our locks. Our first pick in our lock section. Well, y'all already should know. Titans -2.5. And once again, it's just absolutely utter unnecessary, unwarranted disrespect for the Titans of only being -2.5. Home team gets -3. So Vegas is saying that the Saints on a neutral field are a half a point better than the Titans. Okay, whatever Vegas says, whatever you want to say, Vegas, it's 100% wrong. The national overall media is wrong on the Titans and they're wrong on Tua. It's like y'all are just absolutely wrong and you're doubling down and tripling down. Vegas is quadrupling, quintupling, sextupling down on the disrespect of the Titans. And once again, we'll make them pay. I've got no problem cashing out on Vegas's disrespect. We do it all the time here. And we're absolutely going to do it here. Titans -2.5. Titans at home, Julio Jones, A.J. Brown, Ryan Tannehill, fantastic. He gets it done. Game manager. The defense bended but doesn't break. This Saints team, they don't stretch the field vertically. I liked what I saw from Trevor Siemian last week, but overall the offense is not aggressive, so I don't have to worry about the over-the-top here. And the Titans is bend but don't break. They just, wrapped up the Rams star-studded offense, and now they're back at home here against a non-star-studded Saints offense. So give me the Titans -2.5. Bet it all the way up to Titans -6.5. Get that great value. It really should be Titans -20, the spread, but what are you going to do? Vegas, they're quintupling down on the disrespect. We've done it for 4 straight weeks, folks. Titans with points against the Bills. Titans with points against the Chiefs. Titans with points against the Colts. Titans with points against the Rams. How many more times? If they got points here, I would have went down to Vegas and gave them a piece of my mind. But they still Titans -2.5 here. So it's not 100% disrespect, but it's 99% disrespect here. Titans -2, folks. Just take your house and bet it, please. Take your house and bet Titans -2. All right, next pick in our lock section. We're going Chargers -3. This Vikings team is nothing good. They're not special. They lose the close games, all of that. This Chargers team, they're very, very good. They got back on track last week. And yeah, they only won by 3, but the Eagles defense is solid, folks. That's a real defense. And I don't think this Vikings defense is even as good or as close to as good as the Eagles are. This Chargers team at home is always good. Vikings always traveling. Never anything to really kind of bet on. This Chargers, they're very aggressive. They'll go for it on 4th down, and if they get those 4th downs, that's absolutely demoralizing to the opponent. And this Vikings team, with all the turnovers that they usually have in the worst case scenarios, not getting it done in the clutch. If they start giving up 4th downs, the defense still on the field, the offense lackluster because the defense is lackluster. They go hand in hand, folks, yin and yang. If one side is struggling, the other one is probably struggling as well. So Chargers -3 here, loving the value. Chargers at home. They've had a couple of close games these last couple of weeks, but this is the time to really go out above and beyond offensively, assert your dominance, and kind of tell the league, hey, we're back a little bit, because the national media, I think, is a little bit tailing, kind of falling off of the Chargers. Not 100%, but a lot more than what they've been, because they've been talking up this Chargers team the first 6 weeks. They've been toning it down a little bit. They get back to talking up this Chargers team. I'll swallow the 3 here over the Vikings, no problem. All right, and then our third pick in our lock section, we're going to go Colts -10. The Colts are not a great team, but they do beat the bad teams. And this Jaguars team is not a good team, folks. They can't string anything together. Coming off of the bye, they were trash. They went to London, got the win, going into the bye on a win, and then flounder coming off of the bye. They had a good game last week. I doubt they string 2, and they didn't even have a good game. It was just the Bills' offense couldn't do anything. The Jaguars' offense was still absolutely atrocious, only putting up 9 points, and 3 of those points came off of great field position, off of a Josh Allen turnover. So the Colts are going to have no problem here taking care of the Jaguars. The Jaguars are not good. Their offense was still struggling. This Colts team is not good against the great teams, but they're good against the bad teams. They'll get it done. They'll have everybody saying the Colts are the real deal. The Colts are back, all that. Don't buy into that. They beat the Jaguars. We don't care. We'll swallow the 10. They win big. Colts at home, all of that good stuff. No problem here for the Colts. So our 3 locks this week are Titans -2.5, Chargers -3, and Colts -10, swallowing points this week in our locks. All right, then our 99% guarantees. Feeling very, very good, but there is one thing that we could potentially see maybe possibly happening that unfortunately doesn't hit the bet. So our first pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going to go Eagles +2.5. And why is it in our 99% guarantees? It's because, exactly like last week, we had them +2, they lose by 3. Scoring in the NFL, 3-7. Kind of, that's how games usually, for the most part, end. Increments of 3 and 7. So, the Eagles here only getting 2.5. I like the Eagles defense. I think they lock up the Broncos offense. I'm not ready to buy this Broncos offense. Yes, they had a good showing last week. I don't know if they can keep it up. I would love if they kept it up. I would love if Teddy Bridgewater played at that high level that he played last week. I just don't think they will. With this Eagles defense, this is a real good Eagles defense, and they did it against the Cowboys defense last week. That was great. I don't know if they are going to be consistent with it. They have not shown any consistency here. Teddy Bridgewater over the last kind of 2 years hasn't really shown any consistency as well. So this Eagles offense, it's very run heavy. They don't let Jalen Hurts kind of throw the ball 40 times a game. It's a healthy mix running and passing here. And this Eagles defense, I believe, can kind of wrap up the Broncos, and the offense has been keeping games close really this entire year. So I get 2.5 points here with the Eagles. I'm going to take that. Vegas says the Eagles are a half a point better on neutral field. I definitely agree, and we're going to take the Eagles +2.5 here. All right, then our next pick in our 99% guarantees, we're going to go Raiders +2.5. All righty, last week, they should have beat the Giants. It was just a lot of turnovers in the second half, which is a little uncharacteristic of Derek Carr. So we can just kind of write it off as like a one-and-done performance. It's not something that we see occurring and recurring every single week or every other week, or, something that's going to show up on a more consistent basis than not. So we still believe in this Raiders offense. offense. Rich Bisaccia, fantastic, keeping this team together with all the outside noise. Deshaun Jackson should be good to go for this game, so another offensive threat. Now, the Chiefs, they just had no turnovers last week. Bingo, bango. That's exactly what we needed to see from them. But I really want to see is that, because for, the difference between the turnovers with the Raiders and Derek Carr, we don't see that often. Yeah, we didn't get any turnovers for the Chiefs last week, but we've seen it so much this season that it's still a little bit of a problem. So one and done, we really want to see you string two together. So yes, there is still a little bit of viability this week in the Chiefs, but overall, I really need to see them go 2 straight games without having a turnover. Where the Raiders, we don't have to see Derek Carr go back-to-back games with no turnovers because we don't really see it. It's not optically where we see it a concern every single week. So I'm loving the Raiders here. They're at home, primetime game, ready to kind of put the entire last month to bed over here, and they can do that in front of their home stadium on primetime TV against a real good Chiefs team. So give me the Raiders plus 2.5. All right, and then our last pick in our 99% category for the week, we're going to go Steelers -8. And I think this is the first time we've bet the Steelers all season long. But Steelers here at home, this Lions team, they do nothing offensively, folks. Look at these point totals. They put up 33 points week 1, but that was week 1. I mean, every team is fresh. Every team, you don't know what you're getting, all of that. And they put up 33 points. That was great, but they still lost. Truly unfortunate. And then we get 17, 14, 17, 11, 19, 6. I mean, you're not going to win a game. Don't expect to win a game if you're not putting up 20 points in that game, and the Lions have not put up 20 points in any game besides week 1. That's not that impressive to me. Now, the Steelers, they don't put up the most points either, but I believe this defense can really kind of shut out the Lions or hold them to maybe like 10 or less points. Now, the Steelers, they don't score that much either. They do put up around 20, though. We get 23, 17, 10, 17, 27, 23, 15, 29. So this is why it's in our 99% guarantees. If the Lions score maybe 14 points, the Steelers could still struggle to cover at that point. If the Lions put up 20 points, I don't think the Steelers can cover anyway. Maybe if their defense kind of steps it up big time. But overall, we still have a lot of confidence in the Steelers defense just shutting down the Lions. Lions not doing anything good. Jared Goff can't get it done. The offense can't move. They lose the games. They're usually competitive in some instances, but always come up small in the end and lose and all of that. So we're going to take the Steelers -8 here. The Steelers offense will be serviceable. The Steelers defense carries them like they have all season long, and we'll swallow the 8. So our 3 99% guarantees are Eagles plus 2.5, Raiders plus 2.5, and Steelers -8. So all of our 6 picks this week: Titans -2.5, Chargers -3, Colts -10, Eagles plus 2.5, Raiders plus 2.5, and Steelers -8. And then our bonus pick of watching Matthew Stafford, we are confident in taking Rams -3.5. Alrighty, folks, that is going to do it for us today. We are back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, where we will do, did I have the wrong tab open that entire time? I think I had the wrong tab open that entire time. Alright, so that's great. Alright, yeah, we got